guest is truly an inspiration. At just 19, pneumococcal meningitis forced doctors to amputate her legs below the knee.
But through intense physical therapy and determination, 7 months after receiving her prosthetics, she was back on the slopes enjoying her love of snowboarding.
Today, she is a 3-time Paralympic medalist. Please welcome Amy Purdy.
Hi. Hey, love. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Across.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks, you guys.
How are you?
Great.
Good
How
to
are
see
you too. I'm so excited to meet you.
I'm so excited to see you.
Yeah.
We have a mutual friend.
We do.
Derek.
Yeah.
You were incredible on the show, by the way.
Thank you. You were too.
Dances with the
Oh
Stars
my
we're
gosh.
talking about.
Yes, we're talking
Sorry,
Dancing
we're
with the
having
Stars.
girl
There's
talk.
other people, you know, that are
Yes,
watching.
sorry, y'all. We were having
Yeah.
girl talk. How's it been since the show?
Amazing. Just a whirlwind, really. Just speaking and traveling and actually doing a lot of the stuff that I was doing before the show, but now it just gave me a platform so that I can kind of do more of it. And
Yeah.
ended up writing a book and it's been incredible.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Take us back
Yeah.
to when you got the diagnosis, and they said we have to amputate your leg below the knee.
Yeah.
And you were, what was your brain doing at that point?
Yeah, it's so crazy. So I was 19, I contracted meningococcal meningitis. We have no idea how I got it. It's basically like the flu or the cold, so this really deadly bacteria somehow got into my bloodstream. I felt like I had the flu one day, and within 24 hours, I was in the hospital on life support, given less than a 2% chance of living, and ended up losing both of my legs below the knees due to septic shock, which obviously nothing can prepare you for that. It was traumatizing. I was 19 years old. I had no idea what my life was going to be like. I had to completely rethink everything. So, yeah.
What did you want to do at 19 before this happened? What was like the dream?
You know what's crazy is I wanted to do everything that I'm doing today, which is travel the world, snowboard, do creative different things with my life. And what's crazy is now I actually am doing that stuff, but I took this crazy detour to get here. So, it's just amazing. Like you have to keep focusing on your dreams. Thank you.
Did you always have a dream of being in the Olympics?
No, snowboarding wasn't in the Olympic Games when I was younger, so I can't say that I aspired to be in the Olympic Games. And it wasn't until I lost both of my legs that I thought, oh, this is a possibility. Because I didn't see snowboarding in the Paralympic Games, and I thought, why not? And I grew up in Vegas, I grew up snowboarding, and all I wanted to do was get back to it, figure out a way to get back to it. And once I was able to do that, then I was able to push to help to get snowboarding into the Paralympic Games.
That's so great, man.
Thank you.
But it's not just like it's the mental thing, it's the physical thing that gets you back on the snowboard. But you had to, because you had prosthetics below the knee.
Yes.
So did you have to create certain types of prosthetics to fit into the snowboard? It was like engineering that go into.
Yeah, there's a lot of engineering just kind of in my garage that had to go into being able to snowboard again. It's because everyday walking legs, even though we see these prosthetics and they're all bionic and high tech. I mean, they're really just kind of pipes bolted together, and they don't really move. Well, these feet that you see in this picture is actually new feet that a friend of mine made, and he makes them for the entire U.S. snowboard team now.
So those are the snowboard.
These are the snowboard feet, and they've got a mountain bike shock in them. But before these feet came out, I had to make my own feet, and basically just took different types of feet, turned them around, added wood, added duct tape, added different ankle parts, and created a foot that I could snowboard in.
So you became a snowboarder and an inventor all at once.
In a way. I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of have to do what you need. And at that point, nobody was out there doing what I was doing with 2 prosthetic legs, snowboarding, so I had to figure it out myself.
And with Dancing with the Stars, you had different prosthetics that you used for that outside of snowboarding.
Yeah, and going into that show, I mean, I had no idea what I would be able to do. I had no idea if my body would move the way that it needed to.
I mean, you were moving. You were killing it out there.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And Derek, I mean, he's the best.
He's the best.
So wonderful.
He really was the best. And I think, each week we ran into a challenge. We had no idea how we were going to do each dance. I'd have my leg maker ship new feet to me every week, and we try to move in different ways. And some of the dances that we did, I actually used these swimming feet so that I could have pointed toes.
Yes.
Another pair of feet were basically mannequin feet that had this kind of arch to it, but I could balance on the balls of the feet.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to move my knees and my hips. And
Because
so
with all the different dance styles, you might
my
go
gosh.
from Viennese waltz to
Right.
Argentine tango and cha-cha-cha, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and your
Crazy.
ankles have to move in different ways for all of those, and there's not just one foot that does all of it. So we had to get really creative.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your TED Talks has been viewed over 1 million times. What does that feel like?
Thank you.
Being such a huge inspiration for so many people
Well, thank you.
around the
Yeah,
world.
Thank you. I've had the opportunity to share my story all over the world, and I love it. I speak to a lot of corporate audiences. It's been incredible. And yeah, it's crazy. I wanted to be able to share my story, and now here, that's what I'm able to do, and it's been great.
And you also tell your story in your book, On My Own 2 Feet, as well, right?
Yeah, so I wrote a book on my own 2 feet. It ended up becoming a New York Times bestseller.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And it came out in like 10 different languages, which is amazing. It just came out in Japan last week. And, I would have never known that I would be in the situation I'm in right now. I would have never known that had I have lost my legs, I would be able to go on and do what I've done. And if somebody would have told me at 19 years old that I was going to lose my legs, I would have thought there's no way that I could handle that. But that's why I wanted to write this book, because it's all the different challenges and all the different things that I had to do to overcome and use the situation that I have. And so I'm just grateful that it's gone as far as it has.